You've been at how many Andy Reid training camps at St. Joe? Is it 5, 6, 4?
It was 5, yeah, 5.
Okay, 5. You got some stories. I think there's some you can't share. That's fine. But what can you share that would just be what's a story that comes to mind that it could be at practice, it could be not. What do you got?
Yeah, I got 2. They're not, the most extensive stories, but to Nate's point earlier that I shushed him on, the biggest thing about St. Joe is actually that the rooms are like freezing.
That's right.
Like
That's right.
52 degrees. I don't know what temperature they go at. My guess is just whatever temperature coach likes, and he seems to like it cold. But that's one of the things that you legitimately get so cold that the only 3 things that I would bring to training camp are extra blankets. I would bring an alarm clock that I could set up so that like I had to get up out of bed to turn it off, which I always told the young guys, like, bring an alarm clock that forces you to get up out of bed. And then I would bring a mattress topper. I learned that in my last couple of years because you had like, I don't know if they're twin or full beds, but it's one quote unquote king size bed, but it's 2 little ones pushed together. So there's a seam in the middle. Well, turns out when you're 320 plus pounds, that seam in the middle is not the most comfortable. So what I would do is I would buy a mattress topper just for the single bed and basically sleep on just like one side of it. I'd kind of use the other half to like put my computer and other stuff. And but yeah, like if the rooms were the other way and they were too hot, it'd be miserable. So at least they're cold. They're big man friendly. Not much else there is big man friendly. It is interesting, like the more you learn about sleep science and stuff, like maybe we should get some better beds. But like for me, I was always so stressed about camp that I wouldn't have slept well kind of regardless. And once you put like a decent mattress topper on anything, it's comfortable enough. But yeah, so the rooms are really cold. So if you ever see guys, in those videos of them rolling up to the room, if they got like blankets or pillows or extra things, like it's probably because those rooms are really cold. But one of my favorite like smaller stories, I know we're running out of time here, is my very first play of 11 on 11, which I think back then we used to do the conditioning test in the morning. So we would show up like the day before. You could only do administrative meetings. So you had the worst 3-hour, 4-hour meeting that night before. Couldn't do any football. We would do our conditioning test in the morning, and then we would do a 10-10-10 in the afternoon, which is kind of an easier practice, just wearing helmets. It's still the acclimatization period, whatever that is.
Acclimatization.
Yeah, I can never say that word. And
acclamation.
Literally, no, it's not. It's more than acclamation. That's why I always get messed up. It's like acclimatization. It's very
okay.
I don't know if that's some weird like football term that everyone want to sound smart they put on the thing, but the very first play of 11 on 11, and this is also not ones versus ones. It's like ones versus scout team. I mean, technically scout team, it's the twos. Right as I go to punch, my back ankle like catches grass and it kind of like twists and rolls. And so it gives the appearance that I just get like steamrolled and just completely put on my back. Like very first play, I'm a free agent signing. Everyone's all excited and stuff. And I mentioned this earlier, like it doesn't seem like anyone filmed it or like this wasn't the era of like film everything and show everyone's worst play on Twitter. And look at this, our new signing absolutely sucks. He got thrown on his butt. But that's like, again, a good example of like sometimes we see stuff and it's just there's nothing more than a guy slipped or something weird happened. Like that was my very first play. It was as embarrassing of a play as I've really ever had in practice in my career. Funny enough, like the first time in college I had a one-on-one against one of our linebackers. He trucked me too. So maybe there's just something in those waters. But yeah, we can get into some other camp stories in other days when we got more time. But I'll have to filter through those and see what's tellable on the old live stream.
I'll be super vague, but we did have a coach last year tell a camp story that definitely was wild and got taken down. So yeah, thanks for being selective. I will say this about the mattress thing. I'm surprised players aren't bringing one of those boxed mattresses, like a bear mattress or something that just comes in a box and you just unbox and it just inflates essentially. Just throw it on in your room, get a real mattress.
I think my last year they had some sort of like rent a bed kind of thing. Yeah, you could like upgrade your bed if you wanted.
Rent a center.
And I'm too cheap for that, so my mattress topper thing worked well anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, don't you want us to play well? Like just the NFL's partner with Sleep Number, like get us hooked up for camp or something.
Hey, Mitch. That's why all the other teams don't go to St. Joseph, Missouri, and Missouri Western.
Well, if Dallas goes to Oxnard, I guarantee Jerry is.
Oh, well,
flying
Jerry
in
Jones
some-
is in a different category.
some feather. That is the one thing you hear stories, and everyone, as much as we want to, kind of crap on them from the outside, like everyone who plays there loves it. Jerry is very accommodating, very player friendly.
Top of the
like,
line. Yeah,
he does it great for them.
yeah. I think there are years where everybody's like, it's not really like that, and I'm like, no, it is. It's really like that. Like,
oh no, it's so each room shares a bathroom too, so no one has their own bathroom.
Right.
Like, I think they gave Kenneth Walker, I think, Pat this year. So like, you get out of meetings. The same time you go home and you got to figure out which guy uses the bathroom first, and how you want to do with who brushes their teeth first and stuff. So it's interesting. It's kind of old school. I mean, that's Coach Reed's thing. He kind of does it on purpose. He wants you to go there. He wants there to be as few distractions as possible. He wants there to be bonding time. It's not supposed to be like we're in a miserable situation and all we have is each other, but like there's an element of removing things from the situation so that you can focus on football and your teammates. And obviously he's had a lot of success, especially early in the season. So he knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
Yep.
That's my last quick hitter question. Dead heat of summer, St. Joe, full pads, 100+ degree. It's 100+ degrees out there, plus humidity, long drive drill. How tough is that as a player that's gone through it multiple times?
Long drive drill is the most overrated, guys complaining about it drill.
Okay.
By far.
Really?
And it annoys the crap out of me that everyone complains about it all the time. First off, from an offensive line perspective, if the D-line plays it correctly and they don't sub guys out, they get more tired than we do.
Than you do, yeah, right.
So by the 5th or 6th play, they are way more gassed than you are. So there's point number 1. Point number 2, practice is over. Well, at least it was for us when we could start at 8. But practice is over now by 11:30. So you're not out there when it's 100. So you get out there, and 9:05 is the latest you'll get out there. And yeah, it might feel bad, but like it's not 100, and it's not a heat index of 116. And by the time that 11:30 practice is over, you have no more time that you need to be outdoors the rest of the day. Everything's inside, everything's air conditioned. So yeah, you can tell I'm a little fired up about that. Long drive drill, not a big deal. Yeah, it's not great. It's not exciting, but like also one of the cool things about that is you actually get to move the ball. Like,
you go down the field.
It's scripted, so it's not like if you gain 30 yards, you do come back to like whatever the next 2nd and 4 is supposed to be. But you get to move the ball a little bit. It feels a little more like real football. And if the D line, isn't scheming and they're not 7 guys, they're more tired than you are, and it's super easy. So, yeah, I don't mind like long drive drill. Like, okay, we went to Jacksonville the first game of the year. It was 99 degrees, playing at 1:00. That's a real long drive drill. That sucks.
That sucks.
And then all of a sudden on 3rd down, like Josh Allen comes in and he's your defensive end. Now he's fresh. Like that's terrible. Doing it during training camp is just not that big of a deal. Guys always want something to complain about. Offensive linemen especially, so that's kind of thing we latch on to, but no, not a big deal. We're going to put that one to bed.
All right, I was not
Or put that one to mattress
angle.
topper.
I was not expecting
Put it in the dorms.